Welcome back to the Snarky in the Suburbs podcast. Y'all, this is a good one. It's going to be a good podcast because I am fired up about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has me going, oh, no, you didn't. And oh, hell no. We have a letter that it's an oh, hell no letter. This letter to me proves that some women maybe should not have procreated. And some women just don't have that parenting gene in their body where they value their kids, okay? This letter, it's an ick. And then I have peeves. I have several peeves. I'm going to go off on summer fashions because I saw an article in a magazine, because y'all, I still actually read physical magazines because I'm an old lady, about summer fashion trends that women over 50 should get rid of. Shut up. To that I say, shut up in your trends. We will be going through some of those trends. So look forward to that. Then I got a couple of mini things that are ticking me off. And I mean, small things, but still important, even though they're small. Then I have added a new segment to my podcast called Observations. Like, it's not a peeve, but it's an observation. And I have a confession. I had a meltdown recently, and that is my confession about my meltdown. But first, let's get to the letter. And y'all, if you're watching on YouTube, for some reason, I know I talk with my hands a lot. Like, I enjoy talking with my hands. I can't stop not talking with my hands. But I'm banging my desks as I talk. So I'm trying really hard not to do that because it messes up the audio. So for those of you that have been nice about my audio quality and not said, stop it with your hands, I appreciate you. Okay, let's get to this letter. And it better make you mad. If this letter does not make you mad, I don't know if we can be friends. I don't know. Our friendship might be over. Okay, here's to the letter. Dear Snarky, I know you are always very supportive of older women declaring their independence from their grown children. So I'm hoping you'll be just as supportive to me. I'm having a problem with my daughter who has given me an ultimatum about a man I'm with. I've been dating a wonderful, magical man for almost 6 months. I love him. He's truly my soulmate. The problem is my daughter dated his son for 5 years total. They lived together for 2. And the relationship ended when he cheated on her and lied to her about a lot of things in his life. He also, according to my daughter, was very aggressive and scary with her. A couple of times the police were called and she ended up getting a domestic violence restraining order. That was over a year ago and she hasn't seen him since. And she also moved a good 1,000 miles away. When I told my daughter I was serious about her ex-boyfriend's father and we had been dating and are talking about marriage, she got what I would call overly upset. She told me if I married her ex-boyfriend's dad, she would not go to another family function or even visit me for the rest of her life, because she never wanted to see her ex's face again. And she has no respect for his dad because he got a lawyer and tried to make her seem crazy when his son was abusing her. In fact, what he did was just support his son like any parent would. She also told me that by dating her ex's dad, I was betraying her. And it was an acknowledgement that what she went through doesn't matter to me and that I was siding with the enemy. And what good mother chooses their daughter over bad men? She said that to me. What good mother chooses her daughter over bad men? I'm at a loss right now how to deal with her. How do I get my daughter to understand that I have a life separate from being her mother and I want to live it? Signed, not ashamed for being in love. What? If you wrote me to get support, you're not getting any. This is crazy. And I get a lot of letters like this where women date men that are very conveniently. Like, I think you guys remember we got a Dear Snarky letter from the woman that was dating her daughter's best friend's dad. It's like, widen your scope, okay? And then we got another letter from a mom that was dating her daughter got divorced and the mom was dating the ex-husband's dad. I mean, come on. It's just laziness. Okay, let's talk about that. We're going to break this down. It is Dear Not Ashamed for Being in Love. To you, I say, be ashamed. For shame. For shame. One, you're lazy. This guy, you know him, he's around, you decided to date. You know what? Put a little effort and broaden your dating pool so you don't have to date the dad of someone who abused your daughter to such an extent that the court granted her, what was it called? A domestic violence restraining order, okay? Oh my God. This is when family closes ranks and you take a vow to hate this other family for the rest of your natural lives. You hate them. You want nothing to do with them. I'm telling you, if you are a parent and someone does something heinous to your child and you do not have your child's back for forever, okay? Then I have a problem with you. As a mother, you're supposed to have your kids back. I mean, my kids have gotten over stuff that, maybe it happened at school with a teacher or a friend or whatever. I have not. They're in their 20s. Something happened to them in grade school. I am still very seriously angry about it. And if I see a person whose kid, was a perpetrator of that kid will get nothing but side-eye and contempt. And the parents, the same thing. Side-eye and contempt. I mean, you're breaking like a family rule, okay? If someone harms a member of your family, you have their back for infinity and beyond. You don't go date the dad of the dirtbag that abused your daughter and think it's okay in your letter, making it gaslighting your daughter or me. I don't know. It was awful. It wasn't that big of a deal. According to my daughter, he was very aggressive and scary with her. Well, according to the police, he sure was, because that's how she got that domestic violence restraining order. Good God. And then your daughter's right. And then this dirtbag's dad gets a lawyer and tries to legally prove she's crazy or whatever. No, these are bad people that did bad things to your daughter. And the last thing you do is go date the dad and call him your soulmate again. For shame. No, I mean, you're horrible. What you're doing is horrible. And for your daughter, vigorous claps for her moving 1,000+ miles away and for saying, you do this, I'm never going to see you again, because it's horrible. It is a betrayal. It is a betrayal of your daughter. It's everything she said. And doing all this for a guy? Okay, you're a mom, okay? Some guy you're dating is lower, okay? Your daughter's up here. Some guy you're dating, never as high as your children. And if someone's hurt your children, you don't date them, okay? You don't have anything to do with the family. So I don't know how desperate you are to have someone in your life, but this isn't good. This isn't good. And you have to decide what you value most. Having a boyfriend or having a daughter. And I'm afraid what your answer is going to be, because I think it's going to be having a boyfriend. This man has shown you who he is, okay? His son is horrible. He has supported her son's horrible behavior. He has made excuses for his son. No, I don't like you, and this letter is horrible, and I wish I knew your daughter, because I would reach out to her and say, I'm available for any parenting duties, okay? It's kind of slow here. My daughter's in California. My son's super busy. I have time to pick up any parenting slack. I would tell her to contact me, because this is horrible. And I know exactly what you're going to do, because I know people like you. You're going to probably go ahead and marry this man, and you're going to make excuses, and then you're going to gaslight your daughter, and you're going to pretend your daughter's the one that's crazy, okay? And you're going to live a life. You'll probably be married for a couple of years, and nothing good's going to happen to this marriage, and you'll get divorced, and then you'll maybe try to reach back out to your daughter, and I hope she just gives you the middle finger. 2 of them. Because this is all kinds of wrong. I am supportive of women separating from their children and just telling their kids, hey, I need some independence, okay? But I'm not supportive of you sacrificing your relationship with your daughter for a guy. A horrible guy with a proven history of horribleness. So, yeah. And so what you two get married, you two fools, you two dirtbags get married, and then your daughter's supposed to come for Christmas and, see the guy that she had to get a restraining order against. That's great. Hey, there's my abuser. Super duper, pass the potatoes. No, it's horrible, and I'm proud of your daughter. And again, I feel the need to say this. For shame. You should be ashamed of yourself. If there is any kind of tribunal where you had to show up and turn in your mom card, you should be turning in your mom card. You don't deserve to call yourself a mother. Am I being harsh? Maybe, but I don't think so. Let me tell you something. Nothing comes before my kids, okay? And not even my husband. You know, God, have I talked about this? I don't know, but let's talk about it again, because as we know, that's my favorite thing, repeating myself. Like in the Bible, I think it says I grew up in Texas, so everyone was Baptist, and they'd always quote the thing where your husband comes before your children in the Bible. And to that I say, no, my children always came before my husband. And for my husband, my children, he thought the same thing. Kids first, okay? Kids first. When they're little, you know what? Your spouse can take care of himself, okay? He's a freaking adult with adult skills. No. And if anyone hurts my child, a lifelong hatred will be beamed onto those people to the grave and beyond. So I don't get this. I don't get women like this. Turn in your mom card. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Okay. Oh, God. That was emotional. Sorry, I got to get a drink. No, that was bad. Okay, deep breaths. Everybody, deep breaths, deep breaths. All right. Let's move on to my peeves, which are more fun than this hideous letter. Okay, my peeve is what I read about summer fashions for older women, do's and don'ts. Let's go through them. The first one really irked me. It was no tennis shoes or sneakers. Like, you shouldn't wear tennis shoes or sneakers anymore. Like, you need to have cute shoes. To that I say, oh, hell no. Mainly because I have a pretty awesome sneaker collection. Like, I go fashion sneakers. I don't know. They're good. They're good. Even my daughter comments. Oh, hell no. I'm not giving up the sneaker, okay? They say it's a Gen Z look. It's a young look, and that we should wear cute shoes. No, not going to do it. Not going to ever do it. And I don't know who made this list, but you're wrong. And I will continue adding cute sneakers to my collection. Y'all, I have these hot pink suede Pumas that I just got sneakers. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. They are so cute, and they go with any outfit. And whoever wrote this is dumb. Plus, sneakers feel good on your feet. I'm 64. I've had decades of beating up my feet. Not doing it anymore. Team sneaker. Okay, then this one really hit home. Oh. Stick to neutral tones. It said don't wear any pastels, don't wear any bright colors, stick to neutral tones. No! Not just no, but go F yourself. And I'm going to tell you what. What, are we just supposed to disappear into the background because we're old and sticking to neutral tones? I will not do that. As many of you who watch me on TikTok or Instagram know, I love colors. Have you seen the room? I love my pinks. I love my blues. Oranges. I love colors. I can't imagine a wardrobe of freaking beige or black or navy. Sure, they're all great colors, but no, not going to do it. And this proves someone young is writing this because they just want us, I guess, old ladies to fade into the background. Never going to happen. Plus, it's depressing. It's depressing. I like to open my closet and see all my colors. I have all my clothes coordinated by colors, So, it's a beautiful thing. I love it. Okay, now this one I agree with. Ditch the denim skirts. Those long denim skirts, never been a fan. I mean, they were around in the 80s when I was something. Yeah, no, never been a fan. And then once you had 25 kids in county, whatever that was, where that woman, God, had all those children. Have you ever thought what her nether regions was like? She had to have prolapse surgery. I just want to think, you have that many kids and your body parts need some help. I mean, good God. I think the last two were C-sections, but it's a lot of wear and tear on the body. A lot of wear and tear. But anyways, once all those people were in those long denim skirts, no, it's terrible. I mean, people call it Little House on the Prairie. I call it a cult. It's not, calling denim skirts Little House on the Prairie is kind. But no, we don't need denim skirts. Those long denim skirts. no. So that I agree with. This one, no. More animal print. Cow, lynx, snake, and zebra. I mean, zebra is huge. And to that I say neutral. I would never wear animal prints. I don't care for them. Once again, maybe because I grew up in Texas, and let me tell you, everyone had the leopard. The leopard and, all that stuff. Women were swathed in the animal prints. I mean, fake, but, animal prints. And I was just like, no. And the women that were like a lot, all were in those animal prints. So, no, thank you. My mom never wore an animal print. And I respect that about her. Not only, let's go back in the Wayback Machine. Not only did they wear like a ton of animal prints, but they were like, overdosing in that Joy perfume. Anyone remember Joy perfume? Spraying it. You're just like, oh my God, you could smell them a mile away. And you could see them because they had on all leopard. Okay. This one hurts my soul. It's no bead bracelet accessories. Like no bracelets. People, I had to take these off because they clink. But y'all know, if you see me on TikTok or any social media, I love my bead bracelets. You can pry those off my dead body because I'm going to keep on wearing them. And then, riddle me this. So you can't wear bead bracelets, but statement necklaces are still in. And it said that because it hides your wrinkles, your neck wrinkles. Nothing's going to hide those except a turtleneck. Okay, everybody shut up. Or really expensive surgery. So yeah, no. I mean, I've never been a fan of the big statement necklace, but that's just me. But if you want to wear your statement necklace, go ahead. But if I had to choose between my bracelets collection and a statement necklace, bracelet collection, a win every single time. So, yeah, let me know what you think about suggested fashions for older women, summer edition. And this is written by some Zoomer, and God love them, I have a Zoomer, like maybe doing an internship, and they go, write this up. They don't know, people. They don't know. Okay, now to my mini peeve. Here we go. People who leave comments on all my Dear Snarky letters that I do on social media, follow me, TikTok, Instagram, that say in the comment section, we need more information. Like, no shit, Sherlock. We need more information. I get a letter. This is a super long one. Most are like 2-3 paragraphs. Yeah, I'm not getting the whole story. I have to give advice on the information given to me. So that what am I supposed to write a book? I'm supposed to read the book, okay? And then give the advice? No. We have to give advice based on the information. So yeah, of course we always need more information. Shut up, okay? Shut up. Very irksome. Then, that was just the one mini peeve, sorry. Because we're moving on to a brand new segment, observations. Okay, so I was recently in Bath & Body Works. People are going to now comment that it's cancer and you shouldn't buy anything from Bath & Body Works. And, okay, understand. But if you do some big comment, I'm just going to delete it. I'll delete it, whatever. I don't want to hear it. I was in there for a specific reason. But as I was in there, you know how Bath & Body Works has I guess they're called wallflower scents. Like, plug-ins you stick in the wall. Smell goods. That's what I call them, smell goods. So I was in there and, they've got some new scents. And I was like, I had my readers on, so, I could see what these scents were. One scent for summer 2025 is called State Fair. I'm like, State Fair? What does it smell like? B.O., a corn dog, and vomit? State Fair. Also, let me add manure because they've got all the animals at the State Fair. I can't imagine wanting my house ever to smell like a State Fair. It's frightening. Absolutely frightening. Ugh. The best it could smell like, State Fair, is like a deep fried Twinkie. But who wants their home to smell like that? Not me, not me. So that one I was like, what? My other observation was they had a scent called Book Loft. Book Loft. Like, what is that supposed to smell like? Like pages freshly Xeroxed? Or like, I don't know, really old books? Which, sadly, have an off-gassing and mildew. You got to keep those books clean. You got to air them out. You got to have space. I mean, I'm just telling you this as a book lover. No. Do you ever go into like a bookstore, like a used bookstore, and like, holy moly, it's the mildew. It's the scent of smoke where people brought books in you never get rid of that smell. Never, ever, ever, ever. So I don't know, book loft, mildew, and cigarettes. That's a hard pass for me. Then they had Flamingo Beach. Ugh. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. To me, it smelled like a dirty beach. So, one of those beaches you go to and you got all your stuff and then you get down to the beach and you're like, nope. You turn around, you walk away, go back to the car and you go, yeah, we got to find a better beach. This one sucks. Yeah. So that's what Flamingo Beach smells like. No, we're not staying here. That's the smell. Kind of like seawater and like maybe dead animals in the seawater. I don't know, cigarettes in the sand. That's a hard pass, Flamingo Beach. Then there was one called Strawberry Melon. But I had taken my glasses off because, I had my sunglasses on the top of my head and then I'd get out my readers and it was just too many glasses. So I glance at it, okay? And I think it says sanatorium. The smell is sanatorium. I'm like, what? Who, like under 50, really even knows what a sanatorium is? Mental hospital, for those of you wondering. Who wants an air freshener that smells like a sanatorium? Heartache, trauma, bedpans, tater tots. I don't know. No, thank you. So then I was so intrigued. I'm like, oh my God. Got my readers on and it was Strawberry Melon, not sanatorium. And I do have an eye appointment in August because I don't know how I thought something said sanatorium when it was Strawberry Melon. I was concerned. I was concerned for my eyesight. Then I saw a couple guys in the Bath and Body Works and I'm like, what brave young men. Because if there's one thing I know my husband and my son won't do, they will not go into a Bath and Body Works. They can't even breach the door area. They have to stay back. The smell alone, they can't do it. They cannot do it. So these brave young men that were in Bath and Body Works with their dates, girlfriends, whatever, I'm like, oh, bravo. What a sacrifice you are making for your relationship. I remember when my son was little, probably 6 years old, going to Bath and Body Works. He goes, we have to leave. I go, do you have to go to the bathroom? Why do we have to leave? What's going on? He's like, I can't do it. Very dramatic. He also liked to wear a bow tie everywhere he went. And he looked adorable and can pull off a bow tie. And hats. He loved hats and a bow tie. And again, he could pull it off. Okay. So yeah, he's just like, I can't do it. And he's like backing out and he gets out and he's gasping for air. It's very dramatic. Sounds like something I would probably do when I was 6 years old. So yeah, these guys that can go into Bath and Body Works, I heart you. I heart you and appreciate your sacrifice you're making for your relationship. Okay, that was my observation. Bath and Body Works. Because I've been thinking, is it funny? Is it hard hitting? No, it's an observation that I'm sharing. And it's, it is what it is, people. I got a lot of stuff going on in my head. None of it's that deep. So sad. I wish I had more deep thoughts I could share. But no, I don't. Okay, now we have come to the confession from the Snarky Confessional. My confession is I had a freaking meltdown last week because someone called me a contrarian. Okay, here's the deal. To me, the contrarian, it's a C word because I do not want to be called a contrarian. One of those people that's just throwing stuff against, always just to be a dick, disagrees with everybody, just because that's who they are and they're jerks. Because I grew up with a lot of contrarians. Every family holiday was ruined by contrarians. And to me, a contrarian is a nice way of saying that someone is a huge dick who loves the sound of their own voice and just gets off on ruining family events. So, it's last week. I'm talking at a table. I'm this woman, I don't even know her. And they're talking about pickleball. And I just said, oh, God, no. I've never played pickleball, and I can't play pickleball. And she looks at me, and she's like, oh, I see we have a contrarian at the table. And I was like, oh, no, you didn't. You didn't just call me a contrarian. No, not going to have it. Because like I said, my family gatherings, every single Christmas, one of these contrarians would start talking about, how Santa's a myth and proving it with data, like the fact that the North Pole is not, humans can't inhabit the North Pole for any period of time. So, there's not a Santa freaking village. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then, it took till I was 20 to defend Santa because, it needed to happen. I'm like, Santa is magical. So all your human habitat stuff does not apply. He's got magic, hence the flying reindeer, whatever. Just jerks. So I'm like, no, this woman did not call me contrarian. So I felt I had to defend myself. So I'm like, no, I'm going to, I'm not a contrarian. I'm just going to list you the reasons why I cannot play pickleball. I'm not going to do it. It's just, not for me. And she's like, contrarian. So I start listing the reasons why. And I'm like, 1, I've got a janky knee. Okay, actually, I have an arthritic knee, but I like to call it janky because somehow I think that makes me sound less old, cooler, janky. Maybe not. It sounds better than arthritis, people. So I go, yeah, I've got a janky knee. I can't, all those fast stops and start in pickleball. I'd be having some issues with that. I'm like, can't happen. She's like, well, a lot of people in their 80s play pickleball, trying to refute what I was saying. Okay, I didn't like that. I'm like, you're the contrarian, bitch. So anywho, then I start saying, also letting her know that I am highly uncoordinated. I go, I'm very uncoordinated. I was always picked the last in any PE program. Kindergarten through 12th grade, always picked last. The last one. Because I'm so uncoordinated. No one, it's not going to happen. I don't care what sport, what game, whatever. And in a relay race, sometimes I think the bullying I took in PE, it's amazing I'm semi-normal, okay? Maybe a third normal. I don't know. Maybe semi's too much. Y'all, in a relay, people were fighting over having to pick me. I don't want her. You take her. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. I'm telling you, growing up as a child in the 60s and 70s, brutal. Bullying, it was not only accepted. I think teachers liked it. So whatever, it was horrible. So, okay, I'm getting sad thinking about it. So I'm highly uncoordinated. And that coupled with the fact that I've got the janky knee, I know I'll get injured. 100% get injured. So she had to go off on that. Well, studies prove, which if you ever say studies prove, you're kind of maybe being a contrarian. You need to think about that. Then I tell her the truth, which I don't like to share with people. I go, the janky knee and being highly uncoordinated means no one really likes me on their team, especially since I am, and y'all, this is the truth. This is the God's truth. I am the most uncompetitive person you will ever meet. I'm the person that says, do we have to keep score? Can't we just have fun? Which everyone hates, which I know is very irritating. I watch any sports, football, I'm like, oh, I hope they don't get hurt. Football now I can't even watch because of the head injuries and all that stuff. I'm like, I can't watch these people sacrificing their brains. I can't do it. I just want everybody to have a good time. And most things I show up for, sporting-wise, it's for the food, I'll put up with playing. I'll play badly. I'll get, but I know there's food at the end. So I'm okay. That gets me through. So I tell her all this stuff. And I go, so that's why I can't do pickleball. It's not because I'm a contrarian. It's just I can't do it. So then she stares at me. And then she goes, you're right. You're not a contrarian. And I'm like, oh, score. I have proven that I'm not a contrarian because that is my C word, people. And then she says, you're a disaster. She called me a disaster. But did I mind? No, because I'd rather be known as a disaster than a contrarian. But I do hate her. I don't know her. I don't want to see her again. I hate her. Who goes and just labels people? Okay, so when she called me the disaster, she goes, you're not a contrarian. Pause. You're a disaster. So then I had to, release myself. I call it, the inner Sherry, which my husband's like, keep the inner Sherry hidden, for God's sakes. Yeah, so I kind of had to tell her off a little bit. I just told her, I go, I don't know you. I go, you've called me a contrarian, which is not a compliment, and now you're calling me a disaster? I go, we're in a group of, people I know, people I don't. I go, who are you? And she goes, I'm so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Women my age fighting. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then after I said, who are you? And she tries to tell me like who she is. And apparently her daughter was a debutante. Who cares? And so I'm just like, okay. I'm like, good for you. I go, but maybe you should get to know somebody first before you start insulting them, And she's like, I'm not insulting. I'm just a person that has very accurate reflections. And then I told her that she was word of the day on this podcast. A dick. And then, funny, I had to leave. I had to go. But who's friends with somebody like that and then brings that person to a group? No. Ick. And I don't like to use the D word, but she used the C word. So I felt that I could come back at her with the D word. Please tell me that I was correct in the comments. I mean, I don't know. I know someone my age shouldn't use words like that, but I want to tell you that, and I'll make this a confession one day. I love cursing. I only curse within the four walls of my house. I don't curse outside my car or my home, but I love cursing. So she's really lucky we were in a public setting that I didn't go off. And I'm good at it. Oh, y'all, I'm good at it. I want to say I stick to the everyday garden variety curse words because that's enough. That's enough. I don't need to go outside that. That's enough. But anyways, that's my confession. Someone called me the C word. And now I hate that person. Just like the mother in the letter, we are circling back around that Dear Snarky letter. Yeah, and because that person was rude to me, I will tell my family about it. We'll never see her. But they will hate her because she was not nice to me. That's how family works. Family's just not built on love. It's built on hate. Mutual hate. Why be a member of a family if they're not going to have your back? Why? So, that's it, people. That is my Snarky podcast for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. God, now I'm so mad. I mentioned that letter again. I hate that woman. Hate's a strong word, but I'm going to use it repeatedly. So thank you for listening. Oh, y'all, buy my books if you're looking for a great summer read. These are fantastic. They'll make you laugh. They're all pretty much revenge-based, which is, my love language, revenge. In the show description, they have a link that takes you to the Snarky books. I got audiobooks, ebooks, paperbacks. You're going to love them. You're going to be like, oh my God, better than that podcast. So do that. And I'm working on a new book. It's about mother-in-laws. It's about boy moms. It's going to be good. Don't have a title for it yet, but it's going to be good. Once again, revenge-based. Again, because it's my love language. Thank you all for listening. If you leave comments, that's super. If you want to review me, that's also great. 5 stars, people. 5 stars. But I appreciate you and I appreciate you spending time with me. It's fun. We do all need to get together someday. That would be fun. And just, bitch and dish. It'd be fantastic. But thank you for spending time with me and I'll see you soon.